Okay. So we are starting from the competencies. See, what do you mean by competency? Like competency means whether you are competent for a particular job or you are capable or do you have a capacity to do particular job. So competences are commonly used during the process of defining job descriptions. So when I give you a description of job and I ask you and I assess whether you have those skills or not. If you have those skills to perform that particular job which I have described, then I can say that you have the competence or you are competent enough to do the job or you have capacity to do that job. Okay. So competence, an individual's capacity that leads to behavior that meets the job demands. That means you can fulfill the demands of my job, then you are competent to do that within the parameters of the organizational environment, and that in turn brings about desired results. So if I am hiring someone for a job, I want to I want that particular individual to perform what is the objective I have from him to achieve to in the sense gain. And if he is if he is having those capabilities and he is meeting those parameters, then definitely I can get the desired results. Now different categories of competence include behavioral and personal. Example, ability to relate well to others. This is one of the competence. Many people will not have this kind of ability to gel properly with everyone. Work based occupational competencies. Example, ability to produce financial statements. That is, they are having very strong competence or capacity or having that strong knowledge to prepare the financial statements. Generic competencies are competencies that are not specific to any particular job. Example, problem solving. So someone who is good at solving problems in all the departments, he is having a generic competency, not specific. Now Mintzberg's parameters. Mintzberg in 1989, see these are all management gurus, and he has proposed three parameters of job design. Job specializations, someone who is expert in doing some kind of job or skilled in doing some kind of job. So how many different tasks are contained within the job and how multi-skilled do the job holders need to be? That is what we see. Suppose a particular job I want someone to perform and that job is accounting. So I want some lot of skills that person should have. He should be good at bookkeeping, that is recording all the transactions in journals, should be good at making ledgers, should be good at preparing statements, should be good at doing BRS, bank reconciliation statement. He has all the skills. If I may assign him one of the task or I may ask him to do multitasking, but he should have all the skills in that particular job, right? Within that job. To what extent does the worker have control over the work? That means he is not making blunders, not going out of control or limits. That is also what we need to see. Regulation of behavior, how he behaves in a particular situation and how he coordinates. So how does the organization control the behavior to ensure coordination and training in skills and indoctrination in organizational values? That means they should have required skills and those skills should be suitable for the organization. If someone is having certain skills and those skills are not required, then do you think there is any use of those skills? Please tell me. Hello. I'm asking, if you have certain skills which are not required, then what's the reason of having those skills for my organization? Yes. Hello. So indoctrination means nothing but process of teaching or training, you can say, a person or a group to accept a set of beliefs. So there are many people who are into religious preachings and all. They kind of indoctrinate people. How they indoctrinate people? By teaching them something so that they accept some set of beliefs. They kind of give them some convincing convincing teaching so that they get convinced with their set of beliefs. Job descriptions. Just a second. So job description or job specifications are detailed accounts of job role of the individual or group of workers of a particular type. See, when you are studying now, you are studying ACCA and you want, that means you definitely want to become an auditor or accountant or some consultant, right? So you will be looking those kind of jobs. So job descriptions or job specifications, it is nothing but what kind of job are available, that is job description. So all details related to job will be given, right? Or what job role they want the individuals to perform, or a particular type of worker group of people they want to hire who are experts in some particular area. That's what they will be looking for. So contents of job description include, that means if someone has to describe you for a particular role, they want to hire someone, how they will describe that particular role. Job title, first of all, what kind of job? Accountant. Okay, accountant or senior manager can be a good example. Senior manager, senior manager finance, and there will be some grading system. The jobs people perform in various companies, as you are not someone who have performed a job role till now, you are still students, but when you join companies there will be some grading system. Accordingly you will be considered based upon those grading system you will be considered senior or junior, or your levels will be decided and the pay scales will be decided. Then in which department you want to work, section and location. In finance also there are a lot of departments, analyst. Then there can be loans, loan, or let's say there can be investment banking, portfolio management, fund management, etc. Then what wages or salary have to be given to you, that will also be mentioned. This will be a motivation factor for people. Then only there will be, after looking the description, total description of that particular job, they will decide whether to apply or not. Function of department and main purpose of job, duties and responsibilities, specific limits to authority. That means you will be getting some authority, some kind of authority, but to what level? Let's say a finance manager in a company has authority to look into certain acquisitions of certain, or explore certain projects whereby $1 million should be the capital. That means till $1 million the finance manager has the authority to spend. Beyond that, beyond that he cannot go, because he doesn't have the authority to spend beyond $1 million in a year. Again, the CEO of the company has $5 million capacity to spend, then the authority is with CEO. So higher authority would be given to some executive who is at a higher level. Responsible to and for, date, prepared and reference number. So all these are the specifications or job description you will be seeing when you will be applying for a particular job. Person specifications, that means what kind of attributes or qualities you should be having, right? Apart from the skills. Okay. Rogers 7-point plan. One method that has been used for selection process is Alec Rogers 7-point plan. Excuse me. What is this Alec Rogers 7-point plan given in the year 1952? Point, physical makeup. So when it comes to someone should have some kind of physical build. Someone see, there are various people, you know, you will be looking some attributes in a person to perform a particular job. You don't want a weak and some guy who's very weak, pale guy, and you know, like very, I mean to say, who is very like
Thin.
thin, skinny, or someone who is very, who doesn't have energy, who cannot withstand, you know, like very like they are very lazy to work and lethargic. You don't want that kind of guy, right? You want some person who is strong in appearance and healthy, and who has qualifications and some career achievements, has general intelligence, average or above average, special aptitudes, manual dexterity, that means wisdom, that means prudent and very wise to take decisions when decisions have to be crucial, decisions have to be taken. Then mental sharpness, he should be very interested in doing his job, like mechanical or people related. Disposition, where should be very calm and independent circumstances, like you know, he should be the one who could be adapting or who would be ready for any circumstance, any location you send. He will not be showing any tantrums or any kind of excuses he'll be making, or whether he has a car or not. You'll be seeing whether he owns a car. So someone owns a car, that will save your car cost. Or see, for certain marketing jobs where people have to go for marketing purpose, the companies would ask whether you have a bike or not. If they have bike, then companies need not buy a particular bike, but they will give the fuel cost, right? That will save a lot of bucks for them. Next. Advertising. See, advertising is nothing but objective. There is some object. So creating awareness about certain thing, like in the society or amongst the people. So objective of advertising vacancies is to attract suitable applications from people. So see, they are advertising they are advertising, or they are kind of creating an awareness related to a particular job amongst people. Why they are doing that? So that the able and capable candidates can be attracted for those applications and they will apply, right, by seeing the advertisement in newspaper or any media. So to attract suitable applications from people likely to fit job, and person specifications and job advertisements should aim to what? Clearly describe the job on offer. So the advertisements should be such that they should clearly describe about the job in that, on that particular offer, provide information about the company so that people get more awareness regarding that company in which they want to work or aspire to work. And arouse interest from readers. So like people should be like you know, read should be getting some interest in reading regarding that particular job role. Okay. And deter unsuitable persons from applying. Someone who can read that advertisement properly can really know whether it is suitable for the job role, is suitable for them or not. So the people who are not suitable for that job will not apply. And hold readers attention. Okay, so advertisement should be certain in such a way that it should hold the attention of the people, like flash, like when you see online advertisements, flash content. Okay, kind of media for advertisement. See, you can use any media for advertisement purpose, word of mouth or staff recruit others. That means, you know, I stay in a society, you stay in some area, you stay in society, you stay in some community, and you have many people in your apartment, society, community, etc. And you know, like some you meet someone and he is really showing his willingness that he wants to change his organization, and you are in a good role and position, so you can refer his name in your company, right? Word of mouth. In-house magazine, notice board, memo to managers. So if they want some they want certain roles, they can also do this advertisement in-house. creating awareness so that someone can bring some good candidates for that purpose. Publications like trade journals, local national press, career services, and executive register, recruitment fairs like milk round, local business people, local business groups like we have BNI. This is also a business group whereby many people are the members, and these people, this group can also help in getting some good jobs. Okay. And specialist agencies like Secretarial Bureau, Headhunter, local radio, television and cinema, internet, including social media. So that's what is the way you can advertise your job related advertisements you can do through all these sources. Selection. So we have seen what is recruitment and what is selection. You are picking the ideal person for the particular job role. That act is called selection. So outline of process, deal with responses to adverts, the one who have applied. Okay, deal with responses to adverts, application forms and CVs. That means in selection, what you have to do when people have applied and you've got all the applications, you have to go through those applications, right? Assess each application against the criteria. That means whether they meet the criteria what you want. Then you have to shortlist or sort the applications, invite candidates for interview, selection, testing. That means put some test or whatever you want, and then contact applications, provisional offer or rejection. That means are you taking them or you are rejecting them. Interviews, objectives of interviews are what? This is the way you the interviewer or the employer they meet with the applicants, right? They connect with the applicants. They understand about the applicants either face to face or through online interviews also are like in trend right now. Most organizations use interviews as a basis for selection, and interview should be a two-way process to achieve the following. Find the best person. That's what, if you like come across people and you have a conversation with them, you see them physically, you see their body language, etc. You understand what kind of a person that person, what kind of a quality or what kind of a person that is, right? He or she is. Ensure applicants understand the job, give the best possible impression of the organization, and offer fair treatment to all applicants. Please go to the real life example and Vaishnavi, please explain me what is happening here. Hello. Okay, so Umayya, just go through this and tell me what is happening here, please. Hello.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Hello.
Yes, sir. Like I'm just reading it.
Yeah. Please take your time.
Uh, Interview is something where a person come and give the interview.
Okay.
So with the test and other like discussion,
They
they
also
come to a
have to undergo
conclusion
through
that
some testing.
yes.
Yeah, see, we have all been in an interview, in some or the other
Yes.
kind of interviews, and we all know how scary it can be. Yes, it doesn't give a feeling of comfort, right? Because someone is going to someone, because you are the one who is needed there, first of all. And someone who is going to interview has no pressure at all. and you are the one who want to secure that job. So it looks very scary, right? See, a teacher has no pressure when an exam is conducted, but the pressure is on the student. So they have to perform that. They have immense pressure, right? So some interviews are well conducted and allow both parties to see if they can work with the other. So they can make a decision. The interviewer deciding if they want to hire the candidate in front of them, and the interviewee deciding if this interview job is something they believe will help them achieve their long-term career goals. That's what. So interviewer will check whether the candidate is the one who suits their role, and the interviewee will check whether the organization in which he or she wants to work is some organization where he can or she can, fit themselves into, right? But often interviews fall short. In this section, we consider the different types of interviews, the features that interviews should in theory possess, and conclude with a discussion. So of the pros and cons of the interviews as a technique for identifying appropriate potential employees. As you are reading through it, try to relate it to your experiences of good and bad interviews. Okay, so we'll see right now, and you also, like in your real life, if you have gone through any of the interviews, you have come across any of the interviews, whether it was something very someone grilled, it was like something a grilling experience, someone is like putting you in a pressure cooker, and like you feel like you yourself pressurized in that. So all this stuff we are going to see here. Or you have felt yourself a lot relaxed when you were facing an interviewer. Let's see types of interviews. There are three types of interview: individual, panel, selection boards. So this is one-on-one or face-to-face interview. Panel interview, 2 or 3 people interview the candidate, example the HR specialist and the manager of the department where the successful candidate will work. Selection boards, a large panel interviews the candidate. That means many people are there in that, and the board will decide whether they have to hire the candidate. Generally for very, very strong roles, this kind of interviews are done. In India also you have IAS, IPS officers, they are hired by the government, and like panel interviews go there. Sometimes selection boards also come into picture. Advantages of interview are personal information assessed more easily, allows more flexible approach, can put applicant on the spot. Limitations of interview scope. An interview is too brief to get to know candidates. Yeah, it's not that detailed, right? So you don't understand really the about everything about the candidate and in deeply, and required to make an accurate prediction of work performance, whether he will be suitable or not. Artificiality interviews, like artificial situation. Candidates may be on their, see, they will come with preparation, right? And sometimes they can be very well prepared, but they will be very nervous. So both the situations, when they are nervous, the best out of them cannot come out, and when they are very artificial person who are very smart in acting in like in like acting in some area where they lack reality, and they come with preparation, then again that is not something which is like giving the final conclusion about the candidates capabilities. So an interview is an artificial situation. Candidates may be on their best behavior, or conversely so nervous that they do not themselves justice. Neither situation reflects what person is really like. The halo and horns effects, the tendency for people to make an initial general judgment about a person based on a single obvious attribute such as how they are dressed or their size. That's what. This single attribute will color later perceptions and make an interviewer mark the person up or down on every factor in their assessment. That means a well-dressed person is the person who is a very good one. If you have that perception, then that's not good for, and you will be looking for that particular thing every time. Okay. Contagious bias. The interviewer changes the behavior of the applicant by suggestion. The applicant might be led by the wording of questions or non-verbal cues from the interviewer to change what they are doing or saying in response. Many times you see KBC, and many times in KBC what happens, the host of the show gives lot of hints to the to the contestant, right? And they change their behavior or their decisions at times because of the hosts,
The
kind of
hint,
gestures. Yeah,
the hint
signals, right?
given.
Yeah, signals. Stereotyping. See, always the stereotyped ones, like, same thing is happening repetitively. Stereotyping groups together people who are assumed to share certain characteristics. Women say, or vegetarians, then attribute certain traits to group as a whole. It then assumes that each individual member of the supposed group will possess that trait. So they always try to look like in some area where they are very comfortable at, and they, based upon that, they'll try to select the candidates. So women always preferring women. Vegetarians will be looking at vegetarians, and they have a stereotype in their mind that vegetarians are always good for a particular position and all, etc. Incorrect assessment. Qualitative factors such as motivation, honesty, or integrity are very difficult to define and assess objectively. That means you cannot say whether a person is honest or whether a person is like having all the good qualities and is a good and has good conduct or character. We cannot always, because he may act that he is very good, but internally he may not be. Okay, so incorrect assessment can be done. Logical error. For example, an interviewer might decide that a young candidate who has held 2 or 3 jobs in past for only a short time will be unlikely to long last in any job. That cannot be the case, right? He may have very good potential, but because of us like having a perception that he has done job a certain performed certain job for a very short span of time, so he may not be suitable, is not good. See, many times it happens, right? And now the chief minister of Telangana is made like, and is a very young person, and you can understand many people saying he has not he doesn't have an experience and all, but he's made, right? Some capacity he has. Inexperienced interviewers. Sometimes interviewers can be inexperienced. That is also a very big blunder, which can spoil that particular interview, and they may select certain candidates who are like not capable or who lack the kind of attributes or competence for a particular job. So inexperienced or unskilled interviewers may undermine the process through inability to evaluate information about a candidate properly, failure to compare a candidate against a job description or person specification, failure to take control of direction and length of the interview, and using inappropriate question types to elicit data or put candidates at ease. Just a second. A reluctance to probe into facts or challenge statements where necessary. Then comes selection testing. Selection testing involves submitting applicants to formal tests to identify degree of competence in performing required skills, attributes such as intelligence and personality. So selection testing involves submitting applicants to formal tests to identify why we are putting them into some tests, to see at what level like they can perform certain tasks. That means what kind of they have the competence and skills, but the degree of competence, that means whether they may put into a task, they may do exceptionally well or less, right? And attributes such as intelligence and personality. Types of testing: psychometric testing. So personality assessed against known scales. That means whether it's an introvert, extrovert, and Belbin types, cognitive style, etc. You can search about Belbin types and cognitive style. So we are seeing the personality of a person, whether he is on certain scales. So someone speaks at what level, whether or someone is put into scenario whether he gels with some other people or not, or he expresses himself or not properly. Just a second, I'm getting a call. Hello. Yeah. So hello. Hello. Yeah. Are you available? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So we were discussing about Belbin types, right? So I would like you to research regarding this Belbin types. See, there are some team roles. Okay, Belbin team roles. Someone should have good qualities. There are 9 types of Belbin team roles. Someone should be a good shaper, implementer, someone who can implement certain decisions, complete finisher, coordinator, team worker, resource investigator. Someone should be like, monitor, evaluator, and plant. Like someone should be taking the initiation. Okay. So we were into this resulting profile compared to norm tables, that is profiles of good performers in similar roles, used to select candidates and to pinpoint areas for personal development, proficiency and attainment testing, intelligent tests, aptitude skill testing, job simulation work, seeks to assess basic IQ or verbal reasoning. See, I already told whenever someone is writing MBA exam, MBA test, their reasoning skills will be assessed, right? Aptitude skills will be seen, and also job simulation. That means creating a job role and putting someone into that and checking how he performs, like putting them into real time scenarios and checking their proficiency. Evaluation of selection testing advantages ensure fulsome coverage of all aspects of a candidate. Test of ability, not just blind acceptance of a CV. So you are testing a person but not blindly accepting them. Good accuracy record for some types of testing. Disadvantage can be very time consuming. Candidate might feel affronted. That means why they are testing so much. Do I have some deficiency? So he will be like, some people they will be taking it like, as an insult also. And high, there's a lot of money they are spending for buying these test kits, and also some specialists they are hiring and consultants they're employing for conducting these tests, and can measure the current skills and not potential. They can check the skills, but they cannot see whether they have the potential and interpretation of test results. Now we will do this. Topic number 4 is very big. I have time till 9 because tomorrow is FR exam for ACCS, so I have some task. Okay, we will do till here. Group selection methods. Group selection methods, sometimes known as assessment centers, are used for jobs requiring leadership or team working. First of all, okay, so why group selection methods are sometimes opted, because they want certain jobs for certain big roles, or they want some team leaders, right, to manage a team. It is a process involving small groups of participants undertaking a series of tests and exercises under observation of a view to assess their skills and competencies. So small groups of participants are considered and they are put into certain tests and exercises are given to them to see their skills. The above process often lasts several days and may include decision making simulations. That means whether some candidate is put into some situation and scenario, how he will be performing, etc. So such kind of dummy simulations are nothing but replica of original. Okay, communication exercises, mocks, like mock test. When you write a final exam, before that you write a mock, right? Mock exams are certain exams which will give you a sense of idea and confidence regarding a particular paper. Structured interviews and tests, leadership and team challenges, and participants observed by multiple assessors who report each participant. So there is a activity suggests 3 advantages of assessment center. What are the 3 advantages and disadvantages? So you can do this as a homework, this activity. Okay. See, assessment centers are the ones which are the like places, or which are specialist, areas where assessments are done related to a particular job role for which the applicants are applying, right? So you have to write 3 advantages and disadvantages. See, dedicated centers, only like the centers are meant for only some particular role. Okay, and experts come there and do the assessment. And disadvantages: costly, time consuming process, And we have seen here, right? A lot of challenge. What one more disadvantage you can put here?
The candidates will not
One
get proper
can,
feedback.
Yeah, can may feel affronted, or we have seen right here. And the candidates can also lack they may be skilled, but they may not have that potential, right, at times. What can be the third disadvantage? Okay, so references are what? References are nothing but if you are working in a company and you want to leave that job, and your friend is one of your friends is working in some other company, and they can refer your name to that company, right? Then evaluating recruitment and selection practices. So what we'll do is we'll cover up from here tomorrow. Okay, so I'll leave here. This we will do tomorrow. So there are how many units in this? The topics are 7. Okay, so tomorrow is the end of this chapter. Okay, I'll finish this chapter tomorrow. Thank you.